On the fence about taking statins as recommended by your doctor? Are you unsure if you should or should not be on statins? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you my personal story as it relates to statins and my overall decision. Stand by. Hey, welcome to the Swag and Jazzy channel, the channel for music, learning, inspiration, and travel. So today we're going to talk about something that will hopefully will help somebody out there who might be on the fence of trying to determine if a certain drug called statins is right for them. And this is a personal story of mine, so I'll be sharing some very personal information on this video as it relates to my doctor's visit and the recommendation that I should be on statin medication. And my hope is that for those of you who are unsure of statins, if they should or should not be on them, I hope this video will help you to decide for yourself. Keep in mind, this is not to give you any kind of medical advice or steer you away from not following the advice of your doctor. So I have to put that disclaimer out there. So for those of you who are not familiar with what a statin medication is, a statin medication is the first line of drug that most doctors or medical providers will prescribe to you in the event that your cholesterol is high. So in a nutshell, statin medications are a class of drugs used to lower cholesterol levels in the blood. They work by inhibiting the production of cholesterol in the liver, reducing the amount of bad cholesterol, low density lipoproteins, or normally say LDL, and increasing the amount of good cholesterol, which they call high density lipoprotein or HDL. So that's it in a nutshell. And like I said, statins is the first line of drugs that doctors go to prescribe to their patients when their cholesterol levels are abnormal. So let's move on to my story as it relates to statins. So on November 25th, 2024, I was due for my annual physical. So I made an appointment for that day, went and saw my doctor, got all the necessary stuff done, lab work. Doctor put his hands on me, palpated and assessed me and checked everything out. So it turns out on that day, on 11/25 of 2024, when I got my labs drawn, the doctor got back to me and it was determined that I had elevated cholesterol. So we talked and he was going over some figures, some percentages, some research and all that jazz. And he didn't really talk about any other options. The only option he wanted to offer me was a prescription for statins. So the doc picked up on my sense of apprehension about being on statins. He was sensing I was on the fence about it, but in reality, I wasn't even on the fence. I was on the other side of the fence of not wanting to take a statin. And the reason being is this. For I already knew the common side effects for when you take statins. I knew that the common side effects were headache, dizziness, nausea, muscle pain, digestive issues, tiredness, and sleep problems. And I have met people who have actually experienced these symptoms, these side effects, and I just didn't want to be included in that bunch. So that's why I was very apprehensive about taking a statin. But lo and behold, my cholesterol on November 25th, 2024 was off the chain. It was 304, y'all. 304. And in addition to that, my LDL, the bad cholesterol, was also off the chain too. It was 221. So, my cholesterol was elevated. It is what it was. So the good news in all this is that at least my triglycerides were within the normal range. So my triglycerides were 101, where the normal range is from 0 to 149. So at least that was a bright shining star in my visit to the doctor. So as the discussion was continuing on with the good doctor, and him finally getting a sense of me not electing to do a statin, he proposed an option. And what he proposed is for me to do a blood redraw about 3 weeks out from my doctor's visit. So we set a date for December 16th to get me another set of labs to see what my cholesterol would be. And because he didn't give me any other alternative besides him offering me to be on statins, I began to do my own research as to alternative means to help bring down my cholesterol. And let me share with you what I found. So in my findings, my research, I found that fiber was very, very instrumental in helping to lower cholesterol levels. Now, there's two types of fiber. There's soluble fiber and there's insoluble fiber. And you gotta pick the right one in order to lower your cholesterol. And the one you should go with for those of you who have elevated cholesterol, such as when I did, is you need to go with the soluble fiber. And with the soluble fiber, you need to take at least 5 to 10 grams a day. I take 12 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and 6 at night. So that was one of the findings. I found that fiber was instrumental in bringing down and lowering cholesterol numbers. As I continued doing my research as to anything else I could find besides taking the statins that was offered by the doctor, I found that there's been some promising results with a supplement called niacin, in other words, vitamin B3. And it has a number of positive benefits if you take it. But what I saw was that the number one thing about niacin, it'll also help you to improve your cholesterol numbers and your cholesterol levels. So I went with the niacin. And I know that because of my lack of consistency of making sure I get the daily amount of vegetables and fruits and therefore the fiber that could be inside of them, and also to assure that I got the recommended daily amount as so suggested in order to lower cholesterol, I made sure that I got 100% pure soluble fiber. So I use this product right here called Whole Psyllium Husk. And I would take a teaspoon in the morning before I would go to work, and I would take a teaspoon before I go to bed. And if you guys are interested in where I got this product, please ask me in the comments and I will let you know. And the other part of my arsenal for combating my elevated cholesterol was this product right here, plain niacin. Again, if you're interested in getting this product, please ask me in the comments and I will gladly give you the information that is needed. Mind you, none of these products I'm being endorsed to push. I'm not getting paid for this. This is my personal experience as what I utilized to help with my elevated cholesterol. So I started taking both of these items on a consistent basis right after my previous blood draw that was done November 25th, 2024, all the way up until my next blood draw, which was due to be done December 16th, 2024. And I tolerated, the side effects, which not really, bad or anything. The niacin just kind of gives you a flush feeling, but that's typical of niacin anyway. That's what it does. But I was able to bear it out. It wasn't like the side effects were debilitating, but yeah, I kept taking these two items here all the way up until my next blood draw, and I'm going to show you the results of what occurred. So, on my blood redraw of December 16th, 2024, my total cholesterol went from 304 to 246. 304 to 246. How about that? So, my cholesterol decreased by 58 points. Can you believe that? Look at the figures here of the November 25th here and the December 16th here. That is a 58-point difference. In about 3 weeks of just taking those two items, the niacin and the soluble fiber on a consistent basis. But it doesn't stop there. Let me show you what else it did. So in my previous lab of November 25th, 2024 of my LDL, which is considered the bad cholesterol, it was 221. Look what it dropped down to after being on the soluble fiber and the niacin. It went down to 172. 172. So as you can see there in comparison, the November 25th was 221 for my LDL, the bad cholesterol, and December 16th it went down to 172. That is a 49-point decrease. 49-point decrease. So check that out. Although my triglycerides were fine in the first blood draw that was done back in November 25th, 2024, the soluble fiber and the niacin helped to even further improve those numbers. So it brought down my triglyceride levels to 72. So as you can see, the before, the November 25th, and the after taking the soluble and the niacin results there, a 29-point decrease in my triglyceride levels. Although they were normal in the beginning, the two items, the soluble fiber and the niacin, made them even more normalized. Well, that concludes the video, and hopefully this is helpful to somebody out there who may be on the fence about taking a statin as recommended by their doctor, or for those of you who may have had a bad experience in taking statins, who may be looking for alternative solutions. This solution worked for me, and I'm not here to tell anybody to go against their doctor's advice. That is really up to you, but just keep in mind, doctors make advisements and recommendations, and it's really up to you to decide what's best for yourself. So again, disclaimer, this is not to take the place of medical advice. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. Please comment. Please subscribe to the channel, because that will help me to keep me inspired to keep making videos that I think that are useful to share with the outside world that may need a little guidance as to helping them to improve their medical health or whatever. But please make sure you subscribe. Please leave a comment if you want to know where I got those items from, or if you have any questions about taking the items or anything at all. So please comment, subscribe, give the channel a like. And until then, stay tuned for the next video here on the Swag and Jazzy channel. Take care.